Okay, so get this. We're diving into, like, a serious criminal network that was laundering billions, right? Not just some, small-time operation.
Right.
Like, this was a sophisticated global thing.
Yeah.
And get this, they were using cryptocurrency.
Oh, wow.
To move money from ransomware attacks and drug trafficking.
Interesting.
It's like straight out of the movie.
Yeah, it really is a fascinating case.
It is.
And I think what's remarkable here is not just how big this whole thing was,
Right.
but the fact that they managed to stay under the radar for years,
Yeah.
That really tells us something
Yeah.
about how financial crime is, like, evolving.
Exactly. And so the main source that we're looking at today is a post from the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project,
Okay.
the OCCRP. They're
Yeah.
like, the Sherlock Holmes of global crime,
Yeah.
Digging deep and, like, exposing these vast criminal networks.
Yeah, they play a vital role, I think.
They do.
Especially in these cases where you've got, like, multiple countries involved.
Right.
Complex, like, financial instruments that, most people don't understand. And organized crime, like, all mixed together.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And it all starts with Operation Destabilise.
Right.
So this wasn't just, like, some local bust. This was law enforcement agencies from the UK, the US, Ireland, and France.
Wow.
All working together for 3 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. And they ended up making 84 arrests.
Wow, that's huge.
That's massive.
Yeah.
The international scope of it is just, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think it speaks to the challenges of, like, trying to combat financial crime.
Right.
In our world where everything's so globalized now,
Right.
criminals are, like, taking advantage of all the cross-border complexities.
Right.
But you know what? I think this investigation shows that international cooperation can really work.
Right.
Even if it takes a long time to, like, actually get some results.
It does take time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so that brings us to the heart of their scheme.
Okay.
The cash for crypto setup.
Great.
And some of you might be thinking, wait, isn't cryptocurrency supposed to be traceable?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's where things get
a
little tricky.
Yeah. So think of it this way, right?
Okay.
You got a pile of cash.
Okay.
You earned it illegally.
Okay.
You can't just go deposit that in a bank.
Right.
That's going to raise some red flags.
Big red flags.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what you can do is use that cash to buy cryptocurrency.
Right.
Which is a lot of times decentralized.
Okay.
And a lot harder to, like, actually track.
Gotcha.
Making it way harder to connect it back to, the original crime.
So it's like a digital washing machine for dirty money. Pretty much. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And what's even more interesting is this operation wasn't just using Bitcoin or Ethereum, the usual suspects.
Right.
They were really, like, heavily reliant on Tether.
Interesting.
Which is a stable coin.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who aren't, crypto experts, what's a stable coin?
Well, you can think of it like it's kind of like a cryptocurrency, but it's designed to, like, hold a stable value.
Okay.
Usually it's pegged to, like, a real world asset, like the US dollar.
Okay.
So unlike Bitcoin, which can go up and down like crazy Tether, the goal is to keep it at $1.
Right.
So this makes it really appealing for criminals, right?
Okay.
Because they can move a lot of money without having to worry about, like, the price suddenly dropping and, eating into their profits.
So, like, ironically, the stability makes it a good tool for crime.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the unfortunate downsides of stablecoins.
Wow.
And what the investigation actually found was that this network allegedly used Tether to pay for multi-ton cocaine shipments.
What?
Yeah, coming in from South America.
So we're talking, like, massive
huge amounts.
Drug deals, ransomware attacks, and, like, all this international money flowing around.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about, like, the people behind all of this.
Okay.
First up, we have Georgy Rossi, who is allegedly, like, the mastermind behind the TGR group of companies.
Right.
And they say that he used shell companies.
Yeah.
Which are basically, like, empty businesses.
Yeah, just created to, like, hide who the real owners are.
Yeah, hide the money, hide the owners.
Yeah, exactly.
And the wildest part is...
What's that?
Nobody knows where Rossi is now.
Oh, wow.
He's disappeared.
So that really adds another layer of intrigue to this whole thing.
Wow. It does.
It makes you think that he had a high level of, awareness, planning, maybe even inside information. Right. It'll be interesting to see if they can actually track him down.
Yeah, talk about a disappearing act.
Yeah.
And then we have Ekaterina Zhdanova.
Yeah.
And the U.S. sanctioned her back in 2023 for allegedly laundering money.
Yeah.
Not just for, your average criminal,
right,
but for Russian elites.
Oh, wow.
And the Ryuk ransomware group.
Wow. So she was connected to some pretty high-profile folks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, her case is a really good example of how cybercrime and traditional financial crime are becoming more and more intertwined. Like ransomware attacks, they can generate tons of money for these criminal organizations.
Right.
But then they got to find a way to clean the money.
Yeah, what are they going to do with it?
Exactly. And that's where people like her come in.
It's a whole ecosystem of crime with each part supporting the other part.
It's like this whole underground web.
It is.
Yeah.
And as if that wasn't enough, they also found links to the Kinahan cartel.
Oh, wow.
Which is a really notorious Irish organized crime group known for drug trafficking.
So this is getting really big.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that connection just highlights the global reach of these networks.
It really does.
They're not limited by borders or specific,
exactly,
criminal activities.
Yeah.
They're willing to collaborate with anybody.
Yeah.
Expand into any area.
As long as it makes them money.
That makes them a profit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So to recap, we've got $1 billion money laundering operation.
Yeah.
We got international crime rings, sophisticated cryptocurrency schemes.
Yeah.
Connections to powerful figures.
Yeah.
They're moving dirty money.
Yep.
From ransomware attacks, drug trafficking.
Yeah.
Who knows what else?
Yeah, who knows what else they're involved in.
But here's the thing that really blows my mind.
Right.
This was all happening right under our noses.
Yeah, that's really unsettling to think about, If they managed to operate for this long, undetected, what other sophisticated operations are out there? What other vulnerabilities are hidden in the global financial system?
That's a scary thought.
It is. It makes you wonder, is it even possible to stay ahead of these?
Yeah, are we even in the game?
Yeah, it's a constant challenge, but I think this case also shows that law enforcement can, adapt, collaborate, and dismantle even the most complex criminal enterprises. The key is staying vigilant, sharing information, and developing new strategies to counter all their tactics that are constantly changing.
Right. It's like a never-ending game of cat and mouse.
Yeah.
But the stakes were way higher.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The stakes are incredibly high.
Yeah. And the more we understand these operations, the better.
That's right.
Right.
The more we know, the better we can prepare and fight back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's our deep dive into this $1 billion money laundering case.
It's a wild one.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to be looking at my crypto transactions a little more closely from now on.
I think that's a good idea. I think we all need to more aware of the potential risks, both in the physical world and in the digital world.
Absolutely.
Things are changing fast.
They are. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
It was my pleasure.
Until next time.
Yeah. See you later.
Be safe out there.
You too have